markup pricing and cost plus pricing. In the coming video, we'll be talking about competition-based pricing and demand-based pricing strategies in business-to-business markets. Demand-based pricing. When we talk about demand-based pricing, this is a kind of pricing in which the price of the product is finalized as per the demand that is coming from the business class customers. If the demand for a particular product or a service is more, an organization prefers to set high prices for those products in order to gain maximum of that particular product. So they want to have maximum leverage or take the advantage of this particular situation when the customers are demanding your product more compared to the other products of other competitors. Whereas if the demand of a particular product or a service is less, the low prices are charged to attract the business class customers. When we talk about demand-based pricing, entirely based on what exactly is the understanding perception of your business class customers, how much is the demand and what is the competitor offering when we talk about pricing. So all of this put in together, we talk about demand that is getting arise from the organizations, from the institutes, which talks about demand-based pricing. So I'll quote an example out here. We know about Bloomberg. Now there are several other Bloomberg was a late entrant into the market. Of course, when we talk about this example of Bloomberg, which gives you real-time information, and for companies like McKinsey to come out with live reports, this kind of information is more utilized and more of use to them. There were other competitors in line who were giving similar kind of information. Bloomberg, being a late entrant, saw that the prices that they quoted when compared to other competitors were extremely high. In spite, what did Bloomberg do? They gave a trial period for the business class customers for a period of 1 month so that the customers understand what are the services that Bloomberg is actually giving to the customers. Out here, the customers who were not ready to switch over to other competitors came to Bloomberg certainly and wanted to use these services which were free of cost. What was result was the kind of information that they could draw and the kind of reports that they could generate were more accurate, and because the real-time information was actually procured from Bloomberg services. After the trial period got over, customers were asked, out of 10, how many of you are ready to switch to Bloomberg from your existing customer? There were 6 or 7 of them who said, yes, we are ready. But considering the price, which was quoted way higher than rest of the competitors, customers deflected and went back to their old services. Now, when we see that the demand is actually high for your product or your service that you're giving to the customers, but price being a constraint, or because of this particular factor of price, customers are wanting to go back to their earlier services. What should a particular organization do in such a scenario? Should they actually stoop down their prices? Should they remain with what they had quoted earlier? We will come to this in detail when we talk about competition-based pricing, which is in sync with what is demand-based pricing as well. Competition-based pricing. When we talk about competition-based pricing, this is a pricing method which refers to a method in which an organization considers what exactly is the pricing that is used by rest of the competitors that are available in the business-to-business markets. So vis-a-vis, when we talk about what should be the exact price that I use for my particular product is actually drawn when I'm looking at what is the competitor's price, what are they offering, what are the offers that they're giving to the customers, and what should be the price that I should set to my product or my service. The organization may charge higher, lower, or the parallel price similar to what the competitors are offering in business-to-business markets. When we connect to the earlier example of Bloomberg, when we talk about competition-based pricing, now because in demand-based pricing, considering the huge demand that is coming from the customers for your product or use of your service, does Bloomberg actually lower down on their prices? No, because Bloomberg knows its worth very clearly. Now, because I am giving the real-time information, because of which McKinsey and companies like that can generate accurate reports, I would understand that the demand for my service is the maximum when compared to rest of the competitors. I at the same time also realize that the competitors are offering the same service at a way lower price. But because I know the worth of what my service is, I am not wanting to reduce on my price. So here we say Bloomberg, having monopoly in the market for a certain period of time, after it completed its free period, also did not stoop down on its prices. It said Bloomberg's strategy was very clear. I would not deter or I would not reduce my price. My price will not be parallel to what the competitors are offering. my price will be the same as what I had promised in the beginning because it is worth it. So the customers certainly seek value when they are using my services. So when I'm talking about competition-based pricing out here, I'm considering what exactly are the prices that are given by rest of the competitors. Yes, I'm looking at those prices, I'm evaluating what their value is, what is the value that the customers draw, vis-a-vis I'm understanding what is the net worth of my service. Based on this, Bloomberg decided that the value that I'm giving to the customers is way more higher because in the free trial period, I saw that out of 10 customers, there were 8 customers who wanted to continue my services just because the price was much high. They deflected and went back to their earlier services. So in the competition-based pricing, over a period of time, what Bloomberg witnessed was the customers did continue, the customers did come back to them in spite of Bloomberg quoting way higher. So in competition-based pricing, Bloomberg did not go parallel or low, but Bloomberg quoted way higher, yet they could conquer the market in competition-based pricing. So we discussed what is demand-based pricing and what is competition-based pricing in these videos. In the coming video, we'll talk about target restaurant pricing, value pricing, going rate pricing and transfer pricing in detail.